Hi, today we're going to continue our lesson on Michael Dorsey's book, Morning Girl. We've been reading on this book for a while now, and I want to talk about some different comprehension strategies that you can use while reading this book. Specifically, we're going to talk about visualization and inferences, and I want you to listen along as I read part of this book and talk about some of these comprehension strategies to help you understand more about Morning Girl, if you can see here, who is our main character in the book. So at this point, we are kind of in the middle of the book, and we are at where Morning Girl, we know that she likes to get out in the morning. She likes to walk the beach. She has a mind. She thinks in the morning. That's her favorite time of day. So while she's out in the morning, she starts to think about more about her and what she looks like. They live in a remote island, so there's, of course, in the 1400s, there's not really mirrors around. There's not a lot of technology, let's say. They live pretty rural in a thatched hut and sleep on the ground. So think of it in that aspect, in the context of the story as I go along and read. So we're going to start with chapter 5. All right, the water is never still enough. Just when I can almost see my face, when my eyes and my nose and my mouth are about to settle into a picture I can remember, a fish rises for air, or a leaf drops to the surface of the pond, or Starboy, who, remember, is her brother, tosses a pebble into my reflection, and I break into shining pieces. All right, let's stop there for a second. So what exactly is Morning Girl talking about? She's talking about her reflection and trying to see what it looks like. So the author is drawing us this vivid imagery of Morning Girl, always trying to see her reflection so that she can see what she looks like. She never gets to see her face, and she's really curious and starting to think about those things. She's a preteen, we all look in the mirror to make sure our hair is okay and our makeup or whatnot. So at this point, Morning Girl's very curious, and she's starting to get a little frustrated with her family and her brother, as well as the atmosphere not really letting her see her reflection. It makes no sense to him, her brother, that I'm curious about what people see when they look at me. They see you, he said, as if it answered my question. We were searching for ripe fruit on the trees behind our house. So in this instance, the brother, Starboy, is saying, you know what? They see you. What else are they going to see? But she's thinking, well, if I can't see me, how can they see me, right? So visualize, trying to see yourself with no mirror, reflection, or anything. But what is me? I asked him. I wouldn't recognize myself unless I was sitting on the bottom of a quiet pool, looking up at me looking down. You are you. He lost his patience and walked away to find his friend Red Feathers. So at this point, think about it. You can walk by a mirror and see your reflection easy, but what other things can you walk by and see your reflection? You know that if you look at a pond and it's very still, if you look down, you can usually see your reflection staring back at you. Other places where you can see your reflection, if you ever walk by a window, sometimes the glass will reflect your image. I know sometimes when I walk across the TV, I'll look thinking there's someone right there, but really it's just my reflection in the TV. So at this point, she's trying to figure out what she looks like by all these different clues, but yet really can't see her face yet. But what did you mean? I knew my hands very well. I studied them when I trimmed my nails with the rough edge of a broken shell. So a seashell, it's hard to say fast, if you break it, can be kind of sharp. So she trims her nails with that broken shell. I make them smooth and flat. I could spread my fingers and press them into wet sand and see the shape they leave. Once I tried to do that with my head, but all I got was a big shallow hole and dirty hair. I knew the front of my body, the bottoms of my feet. I knew the color of my arms, tan as the inside of a yam. So you can look at your arms. And if I stretched my tongue, I could see its pink tip. So tell me about my face, I asked my mother one day when we were walking along the beach. She stopped, turned to me in confusion. What about your face? Is it long and wrinkled like grandmother's? Or is it round like a coconut? Are my eyes wide like yours or ready to laugh like father's? Are my teeth crooked as the trunks of palm trees? All right, we're going to stop right there. So at this point, Morning Girl is trying to ask her mom to describe herself because she's never really seen her reflection. She wants to know, do I have my mom's eyes? Do I have my dad's nose? What do I look like? So based on this, we can infer probably the rest of the book that she eventually will see her reflection and she'll be able to say, you know what, I have seen myself. So this passage is very vibrant. I love the way that the author wrote it. And I think it's very descriptive in showing a visualization of, have you ever thought about what if you never saw your reflection?